that you have rid me of this evil servant of yours. And O Allah, you have taken him away. The earth begins to curse him. What type of a human being do you think this person is, that the earth begins to curse him and the earth begins to rejoice and thank Allah for this blessing that Allah has taken Abdullah? And now the journey begins to the heavens. And the angels of Allah, when they see this impure, evil soul, they begin to curse. And they begin to ask, Ma hadha ruh al-khabith? Who is this impure soul? They are the ones that the Quran refers to. لا تفتح لهم أبواب السماء ولا يدخلون الجنة حتى يلج الجمل في سم الخياط. The door will not be open for people like this, the doors of the heavens. And the caller will call out, write his skull in the lowest hell and let the party begin. And the party begins, you know what? In a nightclub. This nightclub, you know, when you get there, it's got a capital G written on it. You won't understand English, so you'll see a capital G. Beautiful sign. Grave. It's called the grave. 6 foot by 2 foot. That's it. 6 foot by 2 foot. That's all you get. Nothing more, nothing less. And there's total darkness. This is where the party begins. That grave, that nightclub, if I can use the term, the good believers, you know what? فَفْرِشُوهُ لَهُ مِنَ الْجَنَّةِ وَالْبِسُوهُ مِنَ الْجَنَّةِ وَافْتَهُ لَهُ بَابًا إِلَى الْجَنَّةِ. They're inside their graves and they are reclining on beddings of paradise. What type of beddings? The hadith states, مِنْهُمَ النَّائِمْ عَلَى السُّنْدُسِ وَمِنْهُمَ النَّائِمْ عَلى الْحَرِيرِ وَمِنْهُمَ النَّائِمْ عَلى الدِّيبَاجِ وَمِنْهُمَ النَّائِمْ عَلى الرَّيْحَانِ. Those that obeyed Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, some of them are reclining on fine silk. Some of them are reclining on brocade. Some of them are reclining on gold tissue. Some of them are reclining on sweet herbs, beautiful herbs, sleeping on the beddings of paradise. They're wearing the beautiful clothes of paradise. A door is open to paradise, and the beautiful fragrance of paradise is entering their grave. And their graves are not 6 foot by 2 foot. They're as far as the eye can see. That very grave, he comes. He will find that in that very grave that this guy is still stoned and out of it. He's out of it. Why? Because our beloved Prophet ﷺ said, Man faraka dunya sakaran dakhal al-qabr sakaran. Whoever left this world in the state of intoxication, he will enter his grave in the state of intoxication. And this guy was stoned when the angel came. When he's inside his grave, he will be stoned. And now the grave embraces him and welcomes him. And you know how the grave will embrace him? It will squeeze him. And the hadith states, it will squeeze him so hard. It will squeeze him so hard that the ribs of one side will enter the other like this. This is how his grave will embrace him. And now he's there, lying there. And the angels Munkar and Nakir will come. Munkar and Nakir, let me just give you a description. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, قَدْ نُزِيَتْ مِنْهُمُ الرَّأْفَ وَالرَّحْمَ إِلَّا بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ. These angels, when it comes to anyone other than the true believers, there's no such thing as mercy. There is not even an iota of mercy in their hearts. They will not feel sorry for you. You know, okay, oh man, he's died like this, or he's suffering. No. There is no such thing as feeling sorry. أبصارهما كالبرق الخاطف وأصواتهما كالرعد القاصف وأنيابهما كالصياص وأنفاسهما كاللهب يطعان في أشعارهما بين منكبي كل واحد منهما مسيرة كذا وكذا. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, أبصارهما كالبرق الخاطف, that their eyes will glitter like lightning. وأصواتهما كالرعد القاصف, their voice is like, it rumbles like thunder. Their teeth are like the horns of a bull. When they breathe, flames come out of their mouth. Their hair is so long that it reaches their feet. And their shoulders are miles apart. This is how big these angels are. You know, just the sight of the angels in that particular manner will be enough to give any person nightmares for zillions of years to come. Just the sight of the angels in that manner is enough to give a person a nightmare for zillions of years to come, and these angels will stand next to him. With what? مع كل واحد حمود من حديد لو اجتمع عليه من في الأرض ما حركوه. Each one of them is carrying a hammer of steel. If all the creation that Allah has ever created, all the men and women of Allah has ever created, if they were to get together to pick up one of these hammers and move it an inch, the Prophet ﷺ said they would not be able to do so. And they will come. فَيَنْتَهِرَانِهِ انْتِحَارًا يَتَقَعْقَوْ مِنْهُ عِظَامُهُ وَتَزُولُ أَعْضَاءُ مِنْ مَفَاصِلِهِ فَيَخِرَّ مَخْشِينَ عَلَيْهِ. And they will reproach him in such a manner that every bone in his body will begin to crackle. It will begin to crackle, and his limbs will be displaced, and he will faint. And when he comes round, they will ask the three famous questions. Number one, Man Rabbuk? Who is your Lord? Yaar, this was the bad boy. You know, when the Tablighi Jama'ah would knock on his door, the guy used to just shut the door at them. God, these guys are wasting my time. You know, the guy that never used to pay heed. His life was around cocaine, heroin, dope, intoxicants. You know, when they ask him, who is your Lord? He's the one that the Quran refers to. The guy that took his desires to be his God. And that's what he worshipped, his desires. That's all he did in his entire life. What do you think he's going to say when the angels ask him, who's your Lord? The guy's still stoned. Question number two, Ma Dinuk, what is your religion? You know, this guy was too big to prostrate. He just didn't have the time. You know, he had important things to do. He had important guys to chill with and play with, you know, and pass time with. Last question, Man hadha rajul? When our beloved Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is shown to him, who is this man? You know, the only guy that he ever knew was Tupac or Jacko, Wacko, and people like this. What do you think he's going to say? When he's asked who this person is, the guy's still stoned. Let me tell you what he's going to say. This is what the angels are going to say. فَفْرِشُوهُ لَهُ مِنَ النَّارِ وَالْبِسُوهُ مِنَ النَّارِ وَافْتَهُ لَهُ بَابًا إِلَى النَّارِ. Spread for him a bedding of fire, open the doors of Jahannam, and let the smoke enter inside his grave. And let the party begin. This is just the beginning, guys. Believe me, what I'm saying to you is not even a zillionth of what's going to happen in reality. The day of judgment, he's in the grave and now he's being punished. When as Israfil blows in the horn for the second time, وَنُفِخَ فِي السُّورِ فَإِذَا هُمْ مِنَ الْأَجْدَاثِ إِلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ يَنْسِلُونَ. And everyone will come out of their graves. Now's the time to come and meet your Lord. It's the resurrection. And the good believers will come out of their graves. And they will come out of their graves. And you know what the Quran says? تَتَنَزَّلُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْمَلَائِكَةِ أَلَّا تَخَافُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا وَأَبْشِرُوا بِالْجَنَّةِ الَّتِي كُنْتُمْ تُوعَدُونَ. When they come out of their graves, the angels will descend from the heavens. And the angels will console these good believers. They were the ones who tried their utmost best to please Allah and His Rasul ﷺ and observe their daily prayer and look after their mother and father and were good to their parents and their relatives and their friends. The angels will descend. And on that day, the angels will console them. K.O. Zayd, you have nothing to worry. Do not be saddened. For you, glad tidings. You know the Jannat that the ulama and the Quran and your Prophet ﷺ used to promise you in the dunya. Today for you is that paradise. It is waiting for you. We will take you very soon to your paradise. Today you have nothing to worry. They will come out of their graves like this. غُرًّا مُحَجَّلِينَ مِنْ آثَارِ الْوُضُوءِ. Allahu Akbar. Allah make us from amongst them. There will be nur on their faces. There will be nur on their hands. There will be nur on their feet because of the wuzu that they would perform in the dunya. نُورُهُمْ يَسْأَ بَيْنَ أَيْدِيهِمْ وَبِأَيْمَانِهِمْ. There'll be nur, light to the right. There'll be right in front of them. The words will be flowing from their lips. رَبَّنَا أَتْمِمْ لَنَا نُورَنَا وَاغْفِرْ لَنَا إِنَّكَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. Some of the believers, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, إِنَّ الْمُؤَذِّنِينَ وَالْمُلَبِّينَ يَخْرُجُونَ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ مِنْ قُبُورِهِمْ يُؤَذِّنُ الْمُؤَذِّنُ وَيُلَبِّي الْمُلَبِّي. You know those that used to call the adhan in the dunya, when they come out of their graves, oh my God, what a blessing. When he comes out of his grave, he'll be saying, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.